It's a day in which the Lord has made. Hopefully everybody been rejoicing and being glad in it. Being mindful of what you mind on as a man or a woman thinker. So is he, so is she. You know, oftentimes, my father just tells me certain things, and normally I just wait, you know, until he puts it all together for me, which whenever I come on, he put it together to a certain extent. But moving forward, you'll probably be hearing a lot more from me. Because he has something to say, and when we coming down to the wire. And he gave it to me to give it to you. That this may influence your thinking. Okay, the whole purpose is to influence your thinking. For instance, you were doing what you was doing, thinking a certain way, and then now you hear what I have to say, and it's supposed to enter your mind and cause you to consider what's being spoken to you. Okay, there's a scripture that Father gave me a thought, and I was just like, man, that's so true. And then he gave me a scripture just to share. It's coming from Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life." Here it is what I want you to get to. "Of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world." So I often tell you that everything has happened. Okay? Everything in that word has already happened. Okay? It's just not, it hasn't been manifested to you as of yet. I want you to really understand what I'm saying when I say that. Is that everything has transpired because my Father is the Alpha and the Omega. His Son is the Alpha and the Omega. So the Lamb was slain from the foundation of the world, and the Lamb being slain is the reason for the victory of the world. So that means victory has been declared before it started. Don't you miss this? Victory had already been declared for my kingdom before it started. This is not a fight for victory. Don't misinterpret what's going on in this world. This is not a fight for victory. This is just the manifestation being displayed to the world of the victory that was already declared before it started. Don't let them fool you into thinking that you fighting for victory if you represent evil. You already lost. Do you understand what I mean? You've already lost. The spirits you serve have already lost. And they know this, but they don't want you to know this. But I'm telling you, because some of you signed up without all the information. And so we're giving you information to be able to help you consider. Now, this is what I want you to understand. Think about this. If the victory was declared before the foundation of the world, that means that it was declared before anybody else existed. So if the victory was won before anybody else existed, how can anybody that come into existence after that stop the victory? Do you understand? Now, I want you to really grasp this. Let me say this again. If victory was declared before the foundation of the world, how can anybody come after that? Victory had been declared. Anybody that come after that stop the victory that had already been won. Let me just say that one more time. I just want to make sure you really understand what I'm saying to you. The Lamb was slain before the foundation of the world. The Lamb being slain brings the victory, right, over the world. So that means that the victory was won before the foundation of the world. Now, how can anybody, any spirit, anybody, any principality, any power that was created after the foundation of the world, how can they stop the victory that was already won? Come on, people. Come on, people. I want you to really think. Because I'm really, my Father really wants you to understand. He's giving it to you from so many angles. So many angles, because he really wants you to get it. We really want you to get it. And just like they got you confused from so many angles, we trying to give you understanding from so many angles. Now, you just got to choose who you believe. That's a decision you're going to have to make. Who do you believe? Who do you believe? But the beauty of it is this. You're considering things that you never thought before. Like you actually considering this now because you're being told something that you haven't heard before. Howbeit, you heard that scripture before, but they always just do it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do, man. It's the misdirect game, boy. They good at that misdirection, man. You know, misdirection is get you to look that way. If they have somebody do this to you, and they try to get you to, it's all part. They just want you to look right at where they're trying to get you to look to. And they do the same with scripture. So they'll take a scripture and put it right here. Take a scripture, put it right here, get you to look right here. When the scripture really supposed to be seen right here. Do you follow what I'm saying? See, I'm getting it to you right here. This ain't no throw off. This ain't got no motive besides teaching you. That's what happens when you come to Christ. You learn of him. He teaches you things that the Father has taught him to give you. To give you an upper hand in a situation where you have never had an upper hand in this world. But you got to believe it. But one thing about it, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to speak the truth to you in love. All the way until I'm taken out the way. I'm going to love you all the way to the end of this tabernacle and all the way beyond. Like I loved you all the way before. I just want you to understand, people, this is real life. There's a real God up there that created this real earth that you know is real. All my Father's up there, people. He's real. He is just as real as I'm sitting here talking to you. He is real, and he's what's really real. He's the real deal. Think about existence and the mind behind creation. You don't think he the real deal? Who you think the real deal? The people that has been explaining his creation to you? Science? That attempt to explain what he did? Philosophy? That attempt to explain what he created? Your mind? Who do you think the real deal is? The people that are giving you the explanations that they can never fully understand, or the one who created everything that you're trying to figure out? Come on, people. All you gotta do is listen. And I pray you got ears to hear. Because, see, what my Father says makes perfect sense. Perfect sense in this imperfect world that we all know we part of, to whatever degree you are in, whatever you're doing right now. But see, I often tell you this, is you are in the position you in because that's just the position you in. You understand? And see, our concern is not where you are per se as far as how you got there. It's just moving forward where you want to be. Do you want to continue to be the wicked witch of the West? Do you want to continue to be one of their best hitters that you think you just so connected to power that they just send you around the country doing things? Do you want to continue to be that? Then you be that. You be that. But that's going to be your destruction, whoever you are. You want to continue to be one of these dudes that tap in and you move around and, you know, you playing with things you think you understand, you have no clue, and your foolish imagination just running wild and you thinking you in California while you in New York? If you want to allow them spirits to play with your mind like that and you want to continue doing that because you think you special and you some type of wizard or you some type of tapped in individual, then you continue to do that to your destruction. To your destruction. If you one of these government spoofs that's down with your country all the way to the bus out, you trying to save the world when the world can't be saved, how the world gonna be saved when the one that created the world say he gonna destroy it? Who gonna save it? Who gonna save it? So if you on these kamikaze missions out here, connected with any kind of government agency, world power, then if that's what you want to continue to do, you continue to do that to your destruction. I'm not telling you what I'm thinking, people. I'm telling you what I know. You may look at me like I'm just this little guy in this body that you've been chasing around the world and been, listen, people, he's no longer here. This ain't Pharaoh you're dealing with. You're dealing with Jesus Christ. You're dealing with the real one that's commissioned to tell you real things. Now, you don't have to believe me now, but you will believe me later. I promise you, whoever you are, you will believe me later if you don't believe me now. Because it's written, every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that I am who my Father said I am. So whether you do it now or you do it later, you're going to do it. But the benefit of being told now is giving you the opportunity to do what is required of you to save yourself from this pressure that my Father finna bring upon the world. Already started. It's already started. It's in the works. It's written. Jesus said, hey, listen, you can look at the sky. You say, hey, it's going to be good weather, bad weather. You can look and tell the type of wind coming through and you know it's going to be rain. He say, you hypocrites can discern the weather, but you can't discern the times? Do you not see what's going on before your very eyes? Or you just don't care? Now, see, I've been surrounded by people that just didn't care my whole life. People that's all in, locked in with ignorance. My whole life. Kamikaze missions, left and right. People locked in, blinded, whom the God of this world has blinded their eyes, lest they should see the light of the glorious gospel. Don't be one of them. Because, let me tell you something. Can't nobody save Satan. He can't save himself. He been doomed since, I told you I saw him fly from heaven, kicked out of, he been doomed since then. And everybody that joined up with him, he can't save himself. So don't let them fool you thinking they're going to save you. They may have you doing some things you thinking you tapped in right now. You bursting your brain. Got you bursting your brain. You in deep thought and you think you making things move and you making, animals do things and all this kind of stuff with your imagination. Man, they playing with you. They playing with you. They really playing with you and they laughing at you. Why you think you laughing at the people that it really ain't doing nothing to? You the joke. You the joke. The joker is the joke. You understand? The joker is the biggest joke. Don't forget that. The joker, he's the biggest joke. And you are a joker. If you think the petty things that you doing gonna stop a creator of heaven and earth, man, you gotta be crazy as the craziest man ever be in captivity. If you think because you able to do things that don't matter about nothing, that you're going to be able to stop the creator of heaven and earth with that foolishness, come on, people. For real. If you really believe that or you just don't care. See, I can respect the fact you just don't care, but don't tell me you really believe that. You really believe that? Well, maybe you really believe it because you haven't heard the truth. I'm hoping that for you because now you're hearing the truth. Now you don't have to really believe that foolishness. You can believe the truth. And the truth can set you free. Because if I set you free, you free indeed. Because I'm going to give you a way of thinking that they can't trap you up. My Father going to give you a spirit that they can't take away from you. Do you understand? Without us, you're through. I'm just being frank. Ain't no time to sugarcoat no more. You're getting too close. Without my Father and his Son, you're finished. Because you ain't started. So you're finished. That means you're in the same state that you started in. Because you never started a new life that's in my Father and in his Son. People, I'm begging you. I'm begging you to consider what I'm saying. I am really begging you. I don't care what you're doing right now. I just want you to move forward from what you're hearing. And recognize truth and come up out of that situation you're in before it's too late. I told you earlier, those two things that Paul said must happen before the end has happened. You ain't doing nothing but waiting on the end right now, people. Don't nobody know the day or the hour, but that can be at any moment. Do you understand? Things have transpired that is written, that was declared to come before the end, that has happened. That's why you see so much out here. Those you see an increase in activity out here. They know their time is short. So a lot of foul plays going on right now. A lot of foul plays, but they ain't reporting it. They ain't gonna report it. But you gotta know what's happening because it's written. And those of you that's withholding information, you gotta be the craziest people ever to walk the earth. If you actually seeing the manifestation of the scriptures in your face and you still acting like are you retarded? Are you that bold? Are you that bad? That you actually seeing the scriptures manifest before your face and hiding it from the world through media, and you hide it, but you seeing it and you still don't believe? What? Whoa. I'm just, boy, you got a different type of blood type. You ain't no A type, B type, AB type, O type. What type of blood you got, boy? What type of blood you got, woman? C type? D type? E type? C for crazy? What type of blood you got running through your veins? If you actually in a position where you see in the manifestation of the scriptures, because you one of the people that's hiding it from the masses through media and through the things that you can control, and you still down with that system, man, you gotta have C blood. You gotta be C type. Crazy. Gotta be C type. Gotta be C type. Gotta be. Or D type, don't care. Okay. You don't care now. But when that moment hit, let me tell you something. I guarantee you, no matter who you are, you're gonna carry it in. Listen, you're gonna carry it in. Because you're gonna see something that you never seen before. It's gonna be a manifestation of fear that you could never imagine until it happens. Don't get caught on the wrong side of the tracks. I know you're over there in Mayberry right now. You think it's all good. Don't get caught on the wrong side of the tracks, people. I'm trying to get you on the right side of the tracks. Please, I'm begging you, listen to me. Follow me to the other side. Because that pressure coming. And I'm going to tell you something. Just as sure as nobody can stop what my Father has already started. Who going to stop him? Who could stop what my Father started already? Nobody. Ain't a scientist. No. The little cures y'all got, it ain't a cure. It's a Band-Aid. And who you think allowed you to have the wisdom to develop the Band-Aid? The one that's still showing mercy, my Father. You can do nothing without him. No matter who you are. No matter what kind of part of society you playing a role in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. See, I want you to understand this, and I want you to never forget this. In Deuteronomy chapter 18, right around 15th to 18th verse, it speaks. Moses said, my Father will raise up a prophet amongst you. And the reason he said that, because listen, when my Father spoke to them from the top of the mountain, it was too much for them to bear. They didn't want that, man. They was afraid. You understand what I'm saying? Because of the sight was just too much for them to bear. They listen. They say, man, listen, don't have them talk to us like that no more. And my Father said, you know what, Moses, they got a point. And so he said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise up a prophet from among them. He shall speak the words that I say. That's what you're dealing with right now. This is because you couldn't bear my Father. You could not bear if that's God just opened up right now. He began to talk. You couldn't bear, especially you knowing your condition. So he's sending me to not let you be thrown off by the sight, but that you may listen to the words that he has to say. To give you the opportunity to believe what you hear. Because if not, I don't care what your name is. I don't care what country you belong to. I don't care what one of them fallen spirits you lined yourself up or what name they gave you and you believe in that name. Let me tell you something. You're going to perish right along with them. And I'm telling you this because ain't a fake conversation going on in this world right now that my Father not aware of. Ain't a fake movement going on in this world my Father not aware of. Ain't a meeting happening in this world my Father not aware. He's right there listening to everything everybody doing at the same time. How can you defeat a spirit like that? I'm giving you a heads up because I love you. I love you. And I know my Father. And I know what he got planned. And I'm trying to tell you, tighten up, tighten up. I'm your ticket out of here. I suffered. I died for this moment. For this purpose, to be able to save you. Don't let it be in vain for you. Take advantage of what I did. That's what friends do. I lay down my life for my friends. And you are my friend if you do what I command you. If you do what I command. And why is that? Why ain't your friend if I don't do what you say? Well, you got to understand that my friends, they're going to benefit from what I did. So if you don't obey what my Father say through me, then that means you ain't going to benefit. So how can you be classified as my friend? I did it for my friends. I laid down my life even while you was just sinners. For my friends. So if you my friend, then that means you going to do the things I tell you, because that means that you respect and understand that if you don't do it, you can't be my friend. Because that's the only way you're going to end up where I'm going to end up. My friend's going to be there. Hands down. And some of you are going to be looking back to this moment, probably this very video or another video, and you're going to thank my Father and glorify him because he gave you words that you latched on to and you escaped from destruction, and you was near destruction because we right there. See, we don't care whether you come on at the end of the fourth quarter, third quarter. Listen, it's the fourth quarter, people, and the clock is ticking. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Just think about what you're doing. Whoever you are. Think about what you're doing on a daily basis. What you wake up to do. What kind of role you playing? You acting? Are you an actor or actress? Are you living a lie right now? Are you living a lie trying to trick somebody you can't trick? My Father? You living a lie? Do you people, listen to me, and I'm going to close this. My Father sees everything. Do you not understand that? He sees everything. You cannot close a door and be in secret. You can't go talk in the middle of the ocean, 18,100 feet, however far you able to go so far, and hide from him. No matter where you are, he hears you. He sees you. You don't respect that? I mean, do you think like that? Maybe you're not thinking like that. You don't respect the fact that someone has that type of power. Matter of fact, if he wanted your life, he can snatch it out you right now, out your chest. You don't respect that? Well, what do you respect? Who do you respect? People that talk to you from a horizontal level? Or as far as the sky's the limit? You respect them? All right. That's your right. But I'm letting you know, they don't have all power. They're not a superpower. My Father's the only superpower in the world. They have power, things they can do. But you know why? Just for the superpower can expose how powerless they are. And it's about to happen. And it's happened all throughout history. When my Father stepped in, man, game over. So I'm telling you right now, before you hear that Pac-Man sound, because then it's going to be too late. And we don't want that for you. And you can't put another coin in the game. That's it. You can't add another life. You understand? Because this ain't a Pac-Man game. When you hear that in this life, it's a wrap. And we don't want that for you. If it ain't meant for you. And I'm going to tell you something, truth be told. Hell was created for Satan and his angels. It wasn't even intended for flesh and blood. So the fact that you're there means that that's something you want to sign up for. Why? Ask yourself why. And we love you. And I want you to be encouraged for the good reason.